Thanks for being here this Monday the 13th on what has been a chilly day in the neighborhood. A hard freeze expected tonight and even a harder freeze possibly tomorrow night before high pressure gives us a glimmer of hope. And then it's just taken right away and we're back to colder than what we would like to see as we're closing in on the official start of spring. More winter-like forecast than not in just a few moments. Again, thank you for being here tonight. As was expected, the governor was in Eastern Kentucky today, still probably at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center at this time, where I may make it before he has to leave town or not. We'll wait and see, but this, of course, following his stop at the Mountain Arts Center earlier today, where he brought millions of dollars for a number of projects. We'll go through those in just a few moments, as well as $300 million coming from an announcement from another elected leader, and we'll tell you where that money is going to in Eastern Kentucky and why, and a host of other important news and information. We'll talk a bit about basketball just briefly. Game time has been set for the Cats for Friday, just to let you know, but we're going to talk more so about Kennedy Stacy and Trancy and where they're headed. I mean, that's just a wonderful story, and they have had such a wonderful past number of years. Her time spent at Transylvania has been nothing short of miraculous, and it's still rolling. All that and more in just about 30 seconds.
Hello, I'm Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney, podiatrist currently located in Sayersville, Kentucky. I've been servicing patients within Eastern Kentucky for the past 20 years.
Our feet are the foundation for everything we do, and whether you're suffering from fractures or injuries, need custom orthotics, diabetic foot care, sports medicine, heel pain, wound care, or anything else foot related, relief is just one step away.
Welcome to Hope Family Podiatry Center, where we take care of all of your podiatric needs.
Located on the Parkway next to Hope Pediatrics.
A few other arrests to report on later on in the week. One that I do have information on this evening actually stems from a special grand jury which was held here in Magoffin County last week, where the Kentucky State Police from Post 9 presented a case to the grand jury which has resulted in an indictment being returned for an already jailed Magoffin County man on numerous charges of rape and sexual abuse.
Back in the first half of August of this year, here and in the Sayersville Independent, we reported about the arrest of a Magoffin County man on rape-related charges. 26-year-old Jared B. Owens of Sayersville arrested at his residence on Tuesday of that week after allegations from a juvenile female were reported to the Kentucky State Police claiming forcible rape just a short number of days before. After the investigation by Post 9, Owens was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. He was since transferred to the Floyd County Detention Center, I believe, charged initially with first-degree rape and first-degree sexual abuse. The case has continued, as has the investigation since. And as I said, a special grand jury was convened on Thursday of last week, where detectives with Post 9 presented their case, and the grand jury returned an indictment with 2 counts of rape in the first degree and 3 counts of sexual abuse in the first degree, all related to a juvenile female. Owens was served with the indictment warrant late last week, again still lodged in the Floyd County Detention Center, while authorities indicate that the investigation is ongoing.
Now on to financial news and support as it's making its way to Eastern Kentucky. 2 major announcements. We'll get to one that took place at the Mountain Arts Center with the governor and others a few moments ago in just a second. First, however, Mitch McConnell announced almost $300 million today in long-term flood recovery. The U.S. Senate Republican leader announced today that the Department of Housing and Urban Development will provide Eastern Kentucky communities with just shy of $298 million from the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery. In the fiscal year 2023 government funding bill, McConnell helped secure an additional $3 billion in CDBG disaster recovery funding for those hardest hit communities. Senator McConnell was the only current member of the Kentucky delegation to support that legislation, which of course he says paved the way for today's funding, making it possible. These HUD long-term recovery funds will help Eastern Kentucky recover from last July's devastating floods, which took more than 40 lives, 44, I believe the final count, and damaged or destroyed hundreds and hundreds of homes and businesses. 20 counties are eligible to receive this funding. Of course, those hardest hit and others: Breathitt, Casey Clay, Cumberland, Floyd, Harlan, Johnson, Knott, Lee, Letcher, Lincoln, Magoffin, Martin, Owsley, Perry, Pike, Powell, Whitley, and Wolfe counties. These funds can be used for a variety of purposes, including helping local governments cover their cost share for federal disaster recovery programs from FEMA and other agencies, and communities can also use these funds to address their unique housing needs and to promote economic development. Senator Robert Stiver saying these funds have significant meaning not just on the local level but on a personal one for him as well. This spending uniquely positions the Commonwealth and specifically communities devastated in the 2022 floods for significant recovery. Stiver says it also gives local city leaders the autonomy to rebuild their communities in a deliberate, thoughtful way, and one that will instill hope for families rebuilding the foundation of their lives. As well as today, another announcement that we knew was coming, that at the Mountain Arts Center earlier today, where Governor Beshear brought with him about $8.5 million in funding for infrastructure, cleaner water, law enforcement, nonprofits, tourism, and transportation for a total of 6 counties, and those are Breathitt, Floyd, Johnson, Knott, Martin, and here in Magoffin County. The governor saying today that we promised Eastern Kentucky that we would be there for them until every life and structure is rebuilt, and today, with the investments we're making in local communities, supporting cleaner water, public safety, local nonprofits, tourism, and more, we're rebuilding and ensuring prosperity for generations of Kentuckians to come. The governor announced $2.9 million in funding for the Appalachian Regional Commission for projects in Breathitt and Johnson counties. Johnson County Fiscal Court gets over $2.25 million to install over 20,000 feet of sewer line. That will give service to about 70 homes, 4 businesses, and a number of commercial properties and a future campground site. The Breathitt County Water District will use $600,000 to install 16,000 feet of water line to improve water service for 1,900 homes and provide first-time water service to 9 households. And the ARC is, of course, the economic development agency of the federal government and 13 state governments. Together, they focus on a combined 420 Appalachian counties in the region. Their mission is to innovate, partner, and invest to build community capacity and strengthen economic growth in Appalachia. The governor is currently a co-chair for the organization. And he also, of course, announced funds, millions, for the Clean Water Program, which is where I left you, or Judge Executive Matt Wireman left us on Friday.
Specifically, $3.6 million in funds from the Clean Water Program that the governor presented at the Mountain Arts Center before heading to Magoffin County to the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center for a fundraiser. Still going on, I presume. The Paintsville Utilities Commission using $1.3 million to install over 3,000 feet of sewer line and roughly 13,000 feet of water line to unserved areas of Johnson County. The Knott County Fiscal Court getting $865,000 to improve water supply to 250 homes. Martin Sanitation District $685,000 for improvements to their wastewater treatment system. The City of Jackson almost $700,000 to extend water service to 13 homes, increase the water system's storage capacity, and make other improvements. The Breathitt County Water District $135,000 almost to improve water service to 1,900 homes and provide first-time water service to 9 homes. And the Magoffin County Water District receiving just over $706,000 to extend water lines to unserved areas that Judge Executive Wireman went through on Friday's program, which you can go back and find on YouTube should you want to see that for the first time or again, which means that they now have over $1 million of the $2.5 million that it is estimated to take to get water to residents in Magoffin County, portions of it which have never had it historically. And that money is as well being sought after by grants and other avenues by the judge's office. But again, this check officially giving them over $1 million to go towards those expansions and extensions. Also, about $750,000 announced for 10 nonprofits in Floyd, Johnson, and Knott counties. $100,000 going to the Appalachian Artisan Center of Kentucky, the Appalachian Research and Defense Fund of Kentucky, Christian Appalachian Project, of course, which serves our community and many others, the Hyman Settlement School, Lots Creek Community School, the Mountain Comprehensive Care,
and $78,000 to God's Appalachian Partnership, about $20,000 to the Wayland Historical Society, $10,000 to the Mountain Sports Hall of Fame Foundation, and almost $8,000 to the St. Vincent Mission. There was also $112,000 almost going to the Prestonsburg Tourism Commission, and $55,000 to that of Paintsville to support travel, marketing, and promotion. I'll be right back.
Spring is always the most colorful season of the year at the seasonal shop. Come see for yourself. Gorgeous new clothes for everyone. Bright, flowy tops and dresses. Something perfect for Easter. Fun flare leg jeans and new styles and arrivals every day. New sweatshirts and shorts and tees by Royce, Ridge & Holler, and others. And little sleepies are here, all in an incredibly comfy, cute, and durable bamboo viscose material. All this and so much more that you just have to see this spring at the seasonal shop. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sayersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy. The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service. And the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sayersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. McGoffin Farm Bureau and manager Doug Green are proud to welcome Agent Jeff Salyer to the agency. Jeff's lifelong knowledge of the community and our people make him an immediate asset for all of your auto, home, life, commercial, and retirement investments. They're waiting for your call or visit at McGoffin Farm Bureau.
Trade it and upgrade it now at Appalachian Wireless and receive up to $700 off when you trade your old eligible device in and upgrade to a new iPhone 14 Pro Max or Samsung S23 Ultra on a qualifying Appalachian Advantage plan. What better way to start the year off right than with upgrading to a new 5G compatible device on the region's best network while saving up to $700 off on the hottest smartphones. Appalachian Wireless giving you another reason to come join the Big Blue Network. Why? Because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless. AppalachianWireless.com for full terms and conditions.
Up next, tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. A quick reminder, 2 days this week, tomorrow and Wednesday, for the last of the Sayersville citywide storm-related debris pickup. If you've been busy trying to get all the limbs and trees and things that may have blown down during the windstorms that we had, the city will pick those up tomorrow and Wednesday. You can leave just the vegetative type of debris out at the curb, or call City Hall if you have any questions tomorrow and Wednesday of this week. The McGoffin County Spring Cleanup Campaign, remember, it's earlier this year. I'll probably announce this maybe, it's the end of the month. I'll probably pull it and then remind you on and off. Until then, it is March the 27th, so the last week-ish, you know what I mean, of this month for District 3 residents, April the 3rd, District 1, April the 10th, that week for District 2. This is large items you can't put out normally, including tires, but no hazardous waste, no construction debris, things of that nature. But anything else you can put out, they will collect. And, of course, during that entire 3-week period, you can take anything to the transfer station down at Rumpke and dump it for free there. We've got some community health days coming up, a few other announcements. I'll hold the rest of those for now and just quickly remind you, this is how you get announcements just like these in the program. So tell me about them and I will pass them along. One announcement this evening as we go on that comes in loving memory of Charlotte Howard, who would have celebrated her birthday yesterday, sadly, and greatly missed by a number of family and friends. There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sayersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or a relative. and about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank. Don't let Mother Nature be the one to remind you about your tires. Stop by Conley Tire and let them make sure that you're safe in getting from A to B. Tires, wheels, oil changes, brake repair, and maintenance. And be sure to click on ConleyTire.net for all the latest offers with 6 months no interest payments at Conley Tire or ConleyTire.net.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
Well, Kentucky's schedule has been set for this Friday. Tip-off for 7-10 as the number 6 seed Kentucky Wildcats, which no one was complaining about that I'm aware of, will take on Providence. That's going to be a tough one, of course, with a Kentucky twist, and I'll not go into that any further. Let's take some time, however, and go over and talk about Trancey. Of course, Kennedy Stacy had the women's Division III NCAA basketball team. Well, we knew as I left you on Friday, they were tipping off that night in the Sweet 16, which they were hosting at home in the Beck Center. The number 2 rated Trancey women's basketball team were going into the game against Ohio Northern Friday night at 30-0, undefeated, and they did so, defeating the Polar Bears 67-43 easily to advance to the Elite Eight the next night, also at the Beck Center.
During that Sweet 16 round, defensively, the Pioneers converted 20 ONU turnovers into 25 points. Free throws, the Pioneers shot almost 86%. 4 Pioneers were in double digits, including Kennedy Stacy, who had 11, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. And then the game you were looking at was the following night, Saturday. They would take on 6th-seeded NYU. Final score 79-63, which meant that right after Stacy and the Pioneers declared they were wings up and Final Four bound. "64 teams down to 4 in Division III, and that means Trancey will be at Hartford, Connecticut, and I am still to confirm, but I believe that the championship game will be televised on CBS.
Stacy and her team have a few nights off to rest. Trancey versus Smith in the Final Four this Saturday at 7:30. That is Game 2 for Division III women's basketball, as Newport and Rhode Island College will tip off in Game 1 at 5 o'clock. I will be finding out how we can watch those via the internet or otherwise and pass that along to you. Best of luck, Kennedy, and to everyone at Transylvania U. Well, I don't know that a little luck is needed for the forecast, but if you're looking for spring, it's not there yet. And in fact, a couple of hard freezes, including one tonight, are pretty much going to do a reset for anything and everything that's kind of started to bud out and bloom thus far.
Yes, a hard freeze is likely for most locations late tonight. Snow showers possibly as well. You'd have to go into the very upper elevations to get any accumulation. And a hard freeze is especially possible tomorrow night and into your Wednesday morning. And you know what that means to everything that was trying to get an early spring start. Let's walk you through your Licking Valley RECC 7-day outlook with 25 degrees tonight. Northwesterly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. We've seen a few flakes and a few bits of frozen precipitation out there today, just reminding us, and then we might see a few tonight continuing. It's going to be 25, and it's going to be breezy, winds out of the northwest up to 10 to 20. That means it's cold and going to feel colder. Tomorrow, kind of the same. We might not hit 38 degrees. Might not. If we do, that's definitely going to be the high. A slight chance of rain or snow showers tonight, followed by the same in the morning. Flurries up until about 9 or 10. Mostly cloudy, 38, and winds again up to 20 miles per hour or a little more. Just a little bit of sting, to the air. But high pressure rolls in. It gives us a little bit of a false sense of security to some degree. We will have cold conditions, 21 again tomorrow night, but for Wednesday, we recover pretty well. 50 and sunny and clear and no winds to speak of. Pretty decent day. Still just a bit below freezing Wednesday night at 29 degrees. Wednesday, we'll tack on another 10 degrees. Another good jump from 38 to 50 to 61 Thursday. Another mostly sunny day and no real wind to speak of, so a pretty nice day in the neighborhood. However, there's another scenario just around the corner, of course, that brings us first some shower chances before temperatures then take another hit. So we'll go from 61, mostly sunny on your Thursday, 47 that night, about a 40% chance of showers Thursday, and then about an 80% chance Thursday night. Friday, we'll see showers, about 61 degrees, breezy conditions, and more clouds than not, and just barely below freezing Friday night. And then, told you, short-lived it will be as we're back to close to where we are today, perhaps with just a little more sun. So for your weekend, Saturday, 44, partly sunny degrees. We can't cross off the slightest of chances of some rain or flakes. Early Saturday, and then it's on to partly sunny and 44. We don't warm up any on Sunday, maybe even drop a degree or two. Mostly sunny, 43. Nighttime lows back into the 20s, firmly into the mid-20s. Monday of next week, we start to dig ourselves out of that hole, getting close to 50. Close enough, as close as you can get, but still nighttime lows below freezing, mostly sunny skies, and mostly clear this time next week. And then, obviously, next week, we'll be talking about the official start of spring finally getting here.
And that's it. A whole lot of news still already in the works for the rest of this week. I'll pick it up when I see you back here next time, which I hope will be tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.